is something that many players know how to play.
Again, is that really a positive
I don't
thing?
know.
Okay, you know what? You've had 2 chances.
Yeah.
I'll give you 1 more.
I don't want another one.
The last one, hurry, we got to get into games. So give me a positive
Commentating
thing.
stuff. No, just do your job. I'm leaving.
You don't want to hang out with us?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay. Well.
What if we paid you more?
Ooh, I'd consider it.
All right, we got TriCast for potentially the last map.
No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Davey's going to stick around, as right now Detona's going to be rushing into the B site, and Sonic's looking to hit the shots, but not quite in the form of what we saw in Overpass, unfortunately, and Detona will have the site.
They got B on lock, but that challenge for B tunnels actually happens pretty quickly. Unfortunately, it's not fruitful. All these kills are going the way of Detona, almost to Team Ace. Only Lukosi was not involved onto that one, so Detona are going to open things up in their favor.
I will say this, FYI, we did get 2 responses. What was that? 2 responses about the challenge.
Sure.
And neither of them wins so far. Those are relatively lazy creations.
I thought you just said the first person.
Of quality.
I mean, quality is really subjective.
Well, that's the thing, quality. And I feel like both of those suggestions so far have not been quality yet.
Wow, dude.
But you've got more time. It's a Series 1 CSGO pin. You can sell that bad boy for like at least like $50 still, right?
I have no idea. I don't have one. I've never had one.
I remember when really?
No.
I remember when they first
major,
came out. When they first came out in Katowice 2015, there was people buying like handfuls, and they were just reselling them on eBay the next day. And right now we do have ATK buying up pistols and armor. See, brought it back full circle.
Never been to a major, never got a pin.
Well, you know, how does it feel that I have 2?
No, it doesn't really affect me at all, to be honest.
It affects me in, I feel like, a negative way. Mentally. Okay, well, that's gotten interesting. Sonic wants a couple of big Deagle frags. All of a sudden, this round got interesting. I thought it was a foregone conclusion that Detona were going to be getting the dub. But now it seems like they still have a pretty good chance. But Sonic does have the bomb down, but he's going to get pinched here. He knows it, though. He's just got to pick the right timing windows. Actually, just going to go ahead and commit to pushing towards long, but there comes the push out the A side. And so Detona, though they do suffer a couple of casualties, they still win the round pretty comfortably. Now they should be able to get this one pretty much for free, as there should be no more force buying coming out of ATK. At least we'd assume so.
I wonder what ATK stands for. I know it's like some kind of LAN center or something. The ATK Arena is their Twitter.
Attack?
I don't know.
I think it's attack. That's my guess.
Makes sense, I mean.
That's my guess. Oof. A rush out. OC picks up 2 kills with the USP, so it's actually a 3-on-3. JT gets one as well. Should have been a chance that ATK was going to win this round, but they're putting themselves in that position. OC gets another. That's his 3rd USP kill. They have the bomb as well, but will they expect Turtle to come in from behind? Well, now they're going to know. And OC has a chance to clutch it out. 4 kills for him if he can pull this off. Long range, back 10 not going to work out.
That's still way too close for comfort, man. That is still, that's one round that you should be winning, like, with ease.
Just click ATK.
Oh,
See,
it is pronounced attack, yeah. You've crushed it.
Yeah, I did my prep.
Well done.
Because I wanted to call him attack as well, but then everyone started calling him ATK. I was like, okay, attack arena.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is the arena?
It's in Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah, cool stuff. Good to learn. See, the more you learn. You gave me a little fact there that I can now use on future shows.
So, double out setup is going to come into effect right away here for ATK. It's going to be OC and Sonic. VSM trying to get a little bit sneaky out mid, but Sonic was well aware for it.
Wasn't that their own Molotov too that they ran through? It was orange, so I think it was. And it like tipped off Sonic because there was sound of him taking damage.
Could have been. Speaking of Sonic, did you see the remake of the Sonic character model for the movie?
Yeah.
Actually looks pretty good.
I would hope so. I don't know why a company would ever release something like that when it was so god-awful the first time.
Apparently they're going to release the original version on Blu-ray as a special feature, which will be great to watch how awful the original Sonic model was.
Do people actually own like Blu-ray
players.
Yeah, still a thing.
People just stream everything these days.
I mean, still worth getting Blu-ray.
I mean, VHS is where it's at, honestly. When I see that full 240p quality of the 90s.
That's generous to say that it was 240. Either way, we are going to see Detona. Now, they're getting a little bit of late long A control. It's a 4-on-4. Obviously, that means that defense is going to have to leave a couple of gaps. And the gap they chose to give was long as Floppy guards up close on Catwalk. But we still have OC kind of playing near the platform, still keeping somewhat of a tab on what's going on over here.
You have PRT as well trying to play the late kind of flanking from middle. OC's going to be under pressure, but Sonic's there to help out. They get one on the cross, and 10 seconds left to go. They're going to have to make the play. Lucauzi, you're running out of time, and that's the bomb now down, and that's the round now over. PRT cannot help out anymore. Tiburcio on 1 health. Won't be able to get the plant down.
They need to be a little bit careful here because if they would have died before time ended, that could have still been an L, despite the fact they got the bomb down. Luckily, OC was able to tuck tail and hide inside the site and secure the victory. So 1 round finally does go the way of ATK here on their CT side. It was a little bit labor, but it was there. So the opening gun round does go their way after the 3-0 start from Detona. Have to do a good bit of rebuying, though, so that's kind of a problem.
In theory, I like the play, but unfortunately, it just took them a little bit so long to get towards that A site. I mean, PRT picking up those 2 kills. If they did that, what, 20 seconds earlier, the pressure on OC to survive. I don't know if he would have been able to pull that off, to be honest. So it had a player coming in from CT or from Catwalk, and of course a player from Long. But either way, we do have the bot coming back in for Detona. Missing 1 weapon on VSM. And then again, ATK F3 Fami. What do you call plural?
Plural is from us.
Okay, so that's what I said to Tom.
Yep, that is the plural.
What's the singular?
FAMAS.
What's the vernacular?
I don't know, man. I just know it's FAMAS either way.
Okay.
It's not FAMASes or FAMI. You know what? Never mind. We'll talk about it.
I almost baited you into that.
I thought I was going to have a second, but I'm realizing that Detona seemed like they want to strike here pretty soon as they put the smoke up on top of Xbox. Look like they want to charge out middle here. All 5 of their players actually got it like they want to hit double doors. No B tunnels presence whatsoever. So it's not really a mid-B split. It's all mid.
They haven't even smoked the cross either. A flashbang comes through. Finally the smoke comes in. Molotov should be able to keep them back and delay the smoke. I think they're having they're not even going to invest in, I don't know how another smoke to invest here for this one. So they've been fully delayed out. PRT catches one on the rotate. That was Floppy back in top mid. The Molotov comes in and they immediately back off. I guess realize this is not going to work out. With 30 seconds left to go, they're sending the bomb towards long A. OC is kind of there. I'm not sure he's going to expect the players to rush him down. He needs to reposition himself.
In trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Gets caught out in the open. That's a big kill from PRT. Now A is folding.
Oh, that's a lot of damage done. If they actually stop this bomb, they have no smoke to cross.
Uh-oh.
They have nothing to cross. They have no utility. They have to get the kills out, right? The bomb is now down. 8 seconds left to go. Sonic, if he can just hit one more shot onto the guy, that might have been enough. The bomb has made its way in towards the side. It should go down. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I didn't know when he started because we weren't on his perspective. But yeah, he gets the plant, like you said, no problemo. So it is going to be a round at Detona. But again, like a lot of these rounds that they've been winning have actually been quite scary. They almost lost to a full USP save. There was this round where they got OC down pretty much right away. And didn't really lose too many members along the way. And seemed like they should easily win, but then it got a little bit scary because they didn't smoke the cross. So there's definitely been some tense moments.
We're getting there on the
I feel like
the
that's
challenge.
a good one.
We're getting there on the challenge.
I think that's solid.
That's
No, come on now.
come
on now. That's quality. I'm gonna give it to. I think that guy's done it. You know what we're talking about? We had like a little bit of a contest going on where people had to try to Photoshop Stewie 2K's face into Sonic. I think we got one. That's pretty solid.
I think we should put up like a vote.
I like that one. I thought he did a good job. No, what I was going to say was, all right, so what's the plural of platypus?
Can I say it on here?
Yeah.
Platypus?
Yeah, the plural of it.
Platypi?
Yep. Cactus.
Cacti, that one's easy.
Walrus.
Walruses?
Yeah, that's messed up, isn't it? I want it to be Walry.
It's not.
I want it to be Walry. Walry sounds
no
metal
sense.
as all get out, first of all. And then second of all, it's inconsistent because every other U.S. word plural is an I.
This one is
So
English consistent.
I know, but still, Walry sounds sick, dude. Admit that sounds way cooler than walruses.
No.
Walry, it sounds like a metal band.
Because a walrus is adorable. And like walruses, it sounds even more adorable.
Just saying, dude.
Well, ATK only on pistols on the
Yeah,
FAMAS,
that's
with
why
JT.
I did the whole walruses thing, because not a whole lot to be said in this round. But to be fair, they did almost win a full USP save not that long ago. So, I mean, and they're stacked in the right position. Okay, that was a lot less difficult on Detona this time around. A couple of kills came in, but for the most part, a pretty clean victory. And now they have a lead building up pretty solid.
CVSM smile and have a little bit of fun with it. Again, it's a match that doesn't affect anything in terms of who goes to Denmark.
Nope.
ATK is still going to be the team that's going through 100%.
You know what it does affect? How long we're here tonight. That's what this map determines. Same for the teams and staff and everybody. It's not just us, of course. But again, I think it's good practice for Detona either way.
And we still obviously have Group B to come up tomorrow.
Yes, I'm so looking forward to that.
Was it 100 Thieves versus, was it United?
All I know is that 100 Thieves doesn't play Fury until the last day.
Yep.
So I know that. And then, so it's just the other games, the other 2 days. Not sure.
I can almost guarantee it'll be game 2 of the last day. Not that I know the schedule ahead of time. But still, ATK get aggressive out towards middle. Again, they're trying to look for making some sort of play, and they've been able to at least equalize things and turn into a 3-on-3. The bomb, though, going to make its way up towards short. He's by himself, though. I'm a little bit worried for VSM because right now you have Floppy here. Floppy kills and the bomb's now down. He's by himself. What is he doing?
I don't know, man. A wild man. The thing is, he could plant for Cat, and his teammates would be able to cover from Catwalk. But yeah, he has to fight out all by his lonesome for so very long just to try to get that bomb planted.
They were in T-spawn.
Yeah, that was wild. Still might not win in the round, though. Sonic's in a tough 1v2, that they are both low on health, and there's still a lot of time, and Sonic can reposition if he so chooses. This bomb has not come in the plant just yet, so they give Sonic even more time to reposition.
Honestly, I'm so confused.
It was a bold strategy, Cotton, but it might have panned out now.
I don't think that was a strategy. They were both in T-spawn. You could try to swing that any way you want to, try to spin it to the way of, oh, he can plant for short. No one was even close to short to back him up. And VSM, let's see if he can be the savior for the team. Nice smoke, actually. Perfect time to allow him to get across. It's like VSM to be there, and VSM will win out in that and eventually get their 6th round on the board.
Big has so far here from the Brazilian side. They get the 3-0 start. They lose one, but then they're right back into a nice little streak here. Their T-side Dust2 is going swimmingly. It's not always looked like the neatest, most tidy Counter-Strike, but it's still been successful nonetheless. Big round there from VSM. Also some great play from PRT and Tabersi. I mean, really, everyone's been playing pretty well for VSM.
I mean, we could say, you know, good round for VSM, but if he died, we would have said VSM just failed. Honestly, it's the outcome determines how you spin the tale. Victor's the one writing the history books, and right now the history books are filled with Detona rounds. Yeah,
and it looks like this is going to be no exception to that rule, as Modem's left alone in a 1v4. He's on a flank through B, and there are some low-health players out there, so maybe he brings a couple of more players down and forces a couple of rebuys out. They don't pay attention, but it seems like VSM has his scope trained on this very position that Modem is about to cross into, so should be dealt with pretty handedly, I'd imagine. Oh, actually a missed shot gives Modem a little bit of a chance, but that fire comes in. Gonna slow Modem down. He tries to challenge through, but gets caught by Turtle, and so it's 7-1 for Detona. We've yet to see ATK really pop off. All the normal faces that normally frag well have not really found their rhythm yet.
I don't think Detona are playing a way that ATK are gonna expect. They're playing so awkward, so weird sometimes. Like, it's not kind of standard CS, it's just kind of puggy, have fun with it kind of style. And
sure,
I think it's catch ATK off guard completely. I mean, again, VSM just pushing short by himself.
Yeah.
Trying to get the bomb down with his teammates not there. This time they just kind of sit it long waiting when Modem was on the flank.
So we get a little bit of a timeout coming in. Might be called by ATK, I have to imagine, considering how things are going so far. Indeed, that is going to be the case. Our first timeout has been used here for the game out of the 4. That means our coach TC might be able to come and chime in. And they need to figure something out because they have really struggled here. There's been a couple of close rounds. Even some of their ecos have been a little bit successful, just not quite enough to cross the finish line all the way. But another full buy round on their hands, including the double op. We saw this early on. Now they have it again, but it's going to be a quick change of pace, a very fast B rush, and JT's only good to find one. Sonic trying to come back in here, prevent them crossing to sight, but so far, he's not found anything there. Finally is the headshot. Comes back again for another. So bold from Sonic, and it pays off.
3-on-2 now. Bomb should be planted VSM. I mean, the way he's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he just rushed outdoors. Be waiting with that smoke though. Maybe smoke behind him too, so not in too bad of a position. Flashbang gets thrown out. They're not even gonna push in looking at him. That's gonna be two quick, easy kills for him. And Tabershi will close it out. 8-1.
It's a tough round. Again, retaking B, we know how difficult it can be on Dust2. Also, the fact that JT is limited to 1 kill was a little bit tough. Sonic definitely did a great job to get into a 3-on-2 retake with his 2 kills. Especially that second peek he took was very risky, but it paid off, at least set his team up for a chance at a retake. But that little close position on door from VSM did not get checked well. And so, despite Sonic's great efforts here as we watch the replay, it was all for naught. 8-1 now for Detona. Map 3 looking more and more likely as each round passes, unless ATK can get their act together here on the CT side. Yeah, this map can sway T-sided, that's for sure, but you got to at least put up a respectable scoreline on CT to give yourself a chance.
I just think the randomness that Detona is doing is just completely catch ATK off guard. I mean, again, you can afford to do that considering the match doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I think that's why we're seeing them struggle. They can't get a decent read on Detona. They're doing things that's unexpected. Sure. But maybe this might turn into a standard round for Detona.
Could be. I'm sure they don't want to run into any type of gamble stack or fall prey to any type of like aggressive play from ATK, which is pretty likely in a round like this when they're just on pistols. Though it's kind of a standard setup for ATK. They're not doing anything too crazy. Couple towards mid, couple towards A, just a solo player inside B. They take out long A. A great way to anti-eco on Dust2 is actually coming out long A. It provides you a lot of open space. You're very kind of unlikely to run into some type of stack. Maybe there's a guy game helper, but you can pretty easily clear it with a Molotov, and then you can just kind of work your way up ramp. Not a lot of positions that can be hidden behind except for the site itself and quad, so it's a good approach. Just gotta make sure that you don't get caught by a smoke push, which is what's exactly gonna happen here as Monster took the pop flash.
Flashbang through doesn't really seem to work out too well. Catches out on 1 kill. But unfortunately, it's going to be a one and done spot. Sonic now trying to get lucky through the smoke, but stay up all night if he wants to. I don't think he's going to. Get lucky. I mean. So now Floppy's left alone against Ford.
Yeah,
and Detona probably to get their 9th round.
Yeah, does seem that way, doesn't it? There it is, Detona increasing the lead. Now having won the last 6 in a row, had the 3-0 start as well. It's been all Detona all day. Now they're starting to win the rounds more clean as well, I should say. Not necessarily falling prey to the pistols very often, so building up a pretty good savings account. Double op is right back into play for ATK. It's now the 3rd time they've gone into this. I think they had it the first gun round. That's the round that they actually won. Ever since then, though, it's been Detona dominating. And that's a big economic investment to keep double opping every time and not find victory.
Well, this time VSM is kind of off to his own self. Over towards tunnel, looking for the 1v1 up against JT. Has drawn actually Sonic in towards the B site to help reinforce him in case they do decide to push the smoke, but as we can see, it leaves the middle open. Sonic, I think that was in the smoke, speaking of it. Flashbang coming through. We haven't really seen many pop flashes, and maybe this is the time to make it happen.
Oh, actually worked out.
On the side. Yeah, Floppy's there as well, so it's a kind of a double peek so they can kind of cover each other's angles. And now Turtle, well, unfortunately, will fall here, and now in a 5-on-1, I'm not sure he's going to be able to pull this one back. This should be ATK get their 2nd round, but 2 rounds CT side after 12 or after 11 is not ideal.
No, certainly not. I thought Mile was actually in a little bit of trouble there because when he swung out with that pop flash, the player that he was going after actually tucked into the wall. There's another player that looked like there was going to get a good angle on him, but as you kind of pointed out, there's a player behind him that was kind of the guardian angel to make sure that didn't happen, and they combined for 3 big kills and ultimately lock in a round after a 6-round drought. 21-2 so far this half out of 11 played. They need to really win out, to be honest, to actually stay competitive, it feels. I mean, again, this map definitely can favor T's, but again, you got to get at least enough rounds to put yourself in striking distance. It's a bad start to this round here for ATK.
JT by himself on the B site. Let's actually push out and force the issue. Considering he had no control of B, had to do something there. Detona just walking all over them, and in the green room with Davey, we were talking about if it's an to a third map. He's like, no, ATK is good, really good on this map, but it doesn't seem to be so though. Detona making quick work of the team who will be representing Group A in the Pro League Finals. Hirose here, you need to save this weapon. I mean, damage wouldn't be too bad considering the economy at Detona. Like, there's a really realistic possibility they can start to chain some rounds together, but they're running out of those opportunities.
Yeah, it's a whole different look than what we saw in Overpass. It's like a complete shift in who's dominating who. As Detona are about to hit double digits any moment now. OCN probably trying to hold on to the guns as best they can over towards long A, but there's some chase being given here. It's mostly just VSM kind of spamming through the door. Most in the meantime, spotting a couple players over towards A platform. It seems like they will weather the storm, though. They are able to carry these two guns over. The problem is like, that's not good enough anymore. Like, yeah, you're being economical, you're bringing guns over, you're staying alive, but you need rounds. Like, it's getting to that critical mass where it's starting to get too far. You know, it's starting to get well out of reach.
And they have to look towards potentially Inferno as a third map to decide the game. I'm not sure if that's going to be like Overpass or Dust2 for either of these teams. Turtle looking to get out. And the late push out of ATK does net them one kill. Unfortunately, they don't expect Turtle to be inside a pit, and Turtle will bring it back into a 3-on-3. Gonna boost OC up inside, and you see Detona still have a player inside a pit. That one's gonna be with Cowsey. It seems like Detona want to still continue to make this push happen.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can't still barrel their way into this A-bomb site here in the 3-on-3. Most of ATK's members are in position to defend against it. OC here pugging the site box, jumps up and gets caught. VSM's a little bit closer than he was expecting, so a big opener here for Detona. Now JT and Sonic have to try to go for something wacky to bring it back in. Unfortunately, Sonic misses his shot. JT's good for one, that's gonna be it. And so there you have it, Detona up 11-2, 2 rounds left to go in the half, and this is very much deja vu from Overpass, but in the reverse direction. I think that was an 11-4 first half in that match. No, it was 10-5 on T side. Yeah, so seeing something very similar here on Dust2 here from Detona's T side. I think the 11-4 game I was thinking of was that nuke match.
Double up again for ATK. It really hasn't been too effective, to be honest, and always gets reflected in the scoreline. Boda winning a fight that honestly you shouldn't be able to. Cowsey kind of fluffing a shot there. And it might allow ATK to get a third round.
Yeah, it looks pretty likely now. They've gotten so many opening tools going their way after that mid-aggression. Like you noted, it probably shouldn't have gone their way. It seemed like Mono was going to get caught, but did find a kill. OC and Sonic were not too far behind, and very quickly this turned into a 2v5 against Detona. Just kind of makes you wonder where the hell this was the rest of the half out of ATK.
What do they do here? A minute left to go. ATK are not pushing, not getting aggressive. Trying to gather a little bit of information, which I believe Floppy was able to there. But, I mean, yeah, where do you go? Maybe long?
Yeah, not sure.
Pretend to be going into a split towards B, or just a push towards B from middle.
Yeah, I mean, all you can really do is just kind of pair up together and hope that maybe you just happen to land some really nutty shots. That's the only real way back into this round here, Detona. And there's one of them. Might find another as Floppy is stuck inside the pit, but he's done a lot of damage to PRT. Gets a flash assist in and is able to finish off the round. That's a third for ATK. You have to warn, it was a little bit too late. But look, if they can find round number 4 here, if they can win pistol second half, win the anti-eco, they could put themselves still in a close game. So there is, not all hope is lost.
It's still anyone's game when we get to Inferno anyways. Maybe ATK would have pulled off the 3-0 sweep in the group. Well, here we go, last round of the first half. We got the deadlocks being maintained for ATK. We see Tiburcio on his own, but Sonic able to get the better of him this time. So again, ATK with the early man advantage. VSM's kind of been a little bit quiet since we've seen some of the rounds from him prior, but he's still on 21 kills and only 8 deaths. He's been having a phenomenal game at 143 ADR.
It's kind of back to his old stuff from the first stage.
Been wondering where that VSM was. It's a shame it came out at a time that doesn't affect those standings. Mostly being flashed through, but he's not going to quite connect the shot, unfortunately. But Turtle, he's been able to push up long. They've overcommitted defenses on the catwalk position, and just like that, Detona go back into the lead with a 4-on-2. PRT just causing a distraction, so they have to watch their backs as they try to push up catwalk. Because the bomb has now been planted, and you can see Floppy and JT are trying to make their decisions. Sonic on 2 health. PRT's actually pushed into the B site, but Sonic's expecting it. Look at this. This is such a smart play. He gets the kill as well. 3-on-2. Still going to be tough to pull this off, especially with Lukowski hitting that first on the Floppy. Turtle taking Sonic down. J2 alone, and he gets the double kill. Does he? Yes, he does have a kit, and he will be able to close out the half, but it'll still be 11-4 either way. Detona off to a stellar start.
Yeah, ATK winning the last 3 out of 5 rounds to somewhat close the gap, but still such a dominant performance from the men over at Detona. At one point, they were up 9-1, so they really had their way with ATK, and now they have a great chance at the third map. We'll see if they can actually get us there after we come back from a short break. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Ay, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard, ayy? What about too hard, ayy? About too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper, it's minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry, it's a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight double use, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping is basic, skipping is classic. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we countin' them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard, ayy? What about too hard, ayy? About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music I spice things, up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. That's not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my nigga from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard.
Okay. See, I think I was pretty spot on. Little Sean White, little Bob Ross. Get yourself a Sonic. Just gotta blend the colors and paint the happy trees.
You know he's not happy right now.
No, probably not.
Probably not Sonic. 4-11 as we move on to the T side. First half was not kind to them, but at least this round might be kind as they're able to get long A for free. But they have players actually flanking in for middle at the same rate. But you can see OC going to be the one to defend this if they do come into those crosshairs. Let's see if he's able to hit the shots. And unfortunately, PRT is not going to be able to. OC gets the first and the second. OC has been able to have some really good success in some of these rounds. You think back to where he's got 9 kills, 2 of them just now from the USP, or from the Glock. He had 4 kills with the USP in that one stock we had towards long A. And if I can do math correctly, that's 6 out of his 9.
Check you out.
Oh, trying to get the retake here. VSM, what a first shot. Don't tell me. Don't tell me ATK can blow
like
this.
this.
What just happened? JT now alive against 2 left. And Detona will pull off the retake. I'm not sure. I don't know what just happened. VSM got a quad kill. But does he have time to finish off the defuse?
I don't think so.
He should be good.
Ooh, that was close. Man, I don't know what to say there. ATK looked like they had that round wrapped up and sealed. OC catches the 2 kills that were pushing through middle. Bond gets planted A, 5-on-3 post plant. And somehow they still lose the round. He had like 4 frags pop off in the blink of an eye on that kill feed in the favor of Detona, and they make the retake work. And with that, there's an immediate timeout from ATK because they have to think, look, we got the bomb plant. We should probably buy SGs and such. Need to win rounds, though, because if we lose, then Detona goes to 13. You have to save. That's 14 for Detona. That's pretty much the game almost done with. So it's very, very important for ATK if they want any hopes at still 2-0 in the series to really consider what exactly they want to run strategically on this round because there's a lot of weight behind it.
Jeez.
It's crazy stuff that happens.
He's on 26 kills. Like, where was this VSM during the first group stage? I mean, he was playing well, but not this well. Where was he during the second group stage? Detona at 0-2. I mean, those Betway odds currently favored ATK, but not in this map, I would say. 12-4. And we do have the SGs coming in, 3 of them. See the C's trying to rush them down, but looks like the T's will get the better of this steal.
Yeah, so far so good, as Mata is going to collect another. It's just 2 left now for Detona. Nokozi and VSM, and now that's already another eradicated. At this point, Nokozi's looking to save this MP9 into the next round. I'm sure they will look to force buy up next round. And that is kind of the general pattern when you go 1-for-1 like this to start off the half. So ATK will find a 5th, but Detona still have a really big lead, and they still have a chance to force right back and perhaps put a stop to ATK. But ATK will carry over 3 SGs to the next round. That is very potent stuff.
Thing is, though, just like one mistake down the line for ATK, and it could be the map.
Yeah, that's very true. They can't afford any more, really any errors to still have a chance to win in regulation. Still have a chance to 2-0.
That pistol round alone has to be a real punch in the gut.
Oh, absolutely, especially the way it started.
Well, the count will be cleaned up. Didn't really necessarily expect that angle to be used, but either way, that's still going to be another round here for ATK. And they've been quiet. Modem hasn't been screaming, maybe saving his voice for the Pro League Finals. I mean, he was quiet yesterday too when they were winning. I'm thinking back to the first group stage where he was popping off, screaming super loud to teams.
I mean, you still heard it a little bit on day 1, but I think it's one of those things where maybe he's trying to find a happy medium. You don't want to go too hard.
Well, I remember he was screaming against, I think it was Singularity actually.
Yeah, the first stage.
Map, and then they did well like the first map, and then like map 2 comes around and they start like beating them, and they start yelling back at him, and he gets quiet and he kind of got down on himself. But maybe it's kind of his adjustment from there is just kind of keep your head in the game.
Yeah.
Don't worry about trash talking.
Thought to be maybe his teammates are like, look, man, like when you're doing it during the round, we're still playing. It's a little much. So
I think it's also like it was way more negative than positive for him. Like, yeah, it was great to screw with other teams, but I think he has more of like a fragile mentality when it comes to the game. And when he starts to play bad, I feel like he gets down himself potentially.
maybe so. ATK getting down on Detona right now, it looks like, as it was the force up from Detona alongside the couple of guns they were able to carry over, but so far ATK has been dealing with it just fine. They have a kill and 2 players very hurt. They're still pretty healthy right now. Sonic's the only one that's taking a little bit of damage. It's not that much. Uh-oh, that's pretty dirty though.
Yeah, but it's only 1 kill so far, and they've lost out on 2 players. And Tiburcia's still connected for damage. You can see JT's down to 58 now. Caught a Molotov, got a fire at his feet. JT will close him out. They'll get the bomb down. The last 2 players going to be over at the B site with a scout and a deagle. Not being able to rescue the weapon from before, so...
Might as well save the armor.
Yeah.
Scout can even still be used to the next round, though it's not the most ideal weapon. But with this force not working out, they were going to full save next round anyway, so at least carrying over 2 weapons will let you do maybe a little play or something next round. So it's going to be 6-12, still very much in favor of Detona, but ATK is probably going to find a 7th before Detona can buy up again. And if you can get your T-side rolling on Dust2, it's a map where, again, you can definitely put up big numbers on the attacking side, much more so than some of the other maps in the pool. So
they did on Overpass, right? They're up 9-1, I think you said?
Yeah. So with that in mind, I mean, it's definitely still possible, especially since ATK, again, seems like one of the teams in this group that look the best tactically on the T side.
Yeah, yeah. Even CT side, I still want to say. I mean, I know it obviously, my point can't be proven, at least we're here on Dust2, but the fact that they could play passive and win rounds was just something we didn't see too much. I know I was talking to Davey in the green room between maps. He says he feels like Envy was another one of those teams. But I think we saw over the course of the first group stage that there was a lot of teams out there that just couldn't play passive. They need to be aggressive. They need to be the ones in charge of the pace. And I think those are the teams that were seen either in relegation now or seen here in the second group stage. Except for Group B. I mean, Fury and 100 Thieves, that's a little bit different story. I mean, MIBR, Liquid in their groups. It's tough to come out #1 against teams like that.
Absolutely. So here we go. Here is that save up from Detona, other than the Deagle and Scout that they were able to carry over from the previous rounds. 1 player already out, and that is VSM. Blue Cozy almost had a chance here with the Deagle on the JT, who's lingering around on the corner, but instead it's 2 Mac 10 frags from JT, which is great. It's not only getting the kills to win this round, but also farming some extra money for the future. Definitely could help out their economy in the long term. This bomb is definitely going to make its way to the A-bomb site now. Just 2 CTs left, and they're nowhere really near challenging. Might even just be another save of the Scout and armor for PRT. Obviously, the Mac 10 of JT would probably go chasing after it because it's a chance to farm even more money. Other than that, though, it could be a bit of a standstill.
Yeah, JT's actually currently in middle. I think PRT should be able to escape to C spawn, though, so don't know if he's going to be able to chase these down. We'll see. Alright, well, there are 1s in T spawn at least. Yep. And actually, funny enough, PRT, instead of going to T spawn, he went down towards lower, so able to bring it around the Rosie.
There you go. JT finds that frag. That's now 3 for him for the Mac 10, so it definitely well more than paid for itself. As JT's already up to $10,000, so he'll be able to obviously buy a rifle into this next round and have money left over for later. Another round goes the way of ATK as we expected. It's now 12-7. They've won the last 3 in a row. And so they are starting to build a little bit of something, Jason. Like, it's not quite there yet. It hasn't hit critical mass, but you start to believe just a little bit that maybe, just maybe, ATK could still 2-0 the series. They're going to take another timeout. They know that the big round's up next. They know that Detona will be able to buy up now, finally. And also, they realize that if they can win this next round, they very likely would reach 9-12 because it's going to be kind of a buy-save rotation from Detona from this point forward. So they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row. Don't want to make any mistakes. Want to make sure everyone's on the same page here for whatever this play is going to be. All SGs other than JT's AK-47. No op.
Lack of utility on the side of Detona, though, is rough.
Yeah, it's true. Going to hurt them for retakes.
How's he going for an AUG, by the way?
No kit either, by the way, over on the CT side also. That's, again, going to really hurt retakes.
No Molotov, by the way.
Big kill from JT. Trying to respond as PRT was late, but he finally got it, but JT still up to the task to trade it right back, but we're into a 3-on-3 after that from Tiburcio.
Tiburcio has no escape. You can see he's got to worry about long, he's got to worry about catwalk. VSM luckily able to spot things out for him to help out, and VSM gets the first kill on OC.
That's a big kill to get against an SG with an M4. Gets the man advantage right back for Detona. That is a big, big play from him. He's been doing that all map long, it seems.
Smoking 2 Molotovs for ATK, so they technically could go up middle if they wanted, but they don't know where VSM decided to go.
Yeah.
And the Cows is going to be propped up with the AUG.
What they're really hoping for is that they're going to be able to get a long-range fight against someone on the B side. The problem is they're probably expecting to be an M4, not an AUG. And so that means that Lukosi actually has almost an even fight ahead of him.
Gets the first, no, Modem. Not gonna have a chance, actually. It's caught pretty much throwing out the Molotov, and there you go. Detona take their gun run. 13-7.
Yeah.
Still have to buy up a couple of weapons, though.
Because of that,
they needed to get back into the game.
Absolutely, but because of that rebuying, it does keep their economy in check, and there's still a lot of funds for ATK, so still that whole situation of resetting their opponent still there. And forcing them onto a save in the next round if they were to win here, which could still make it 9-13 and still keep the game close. But if Detona find this round, money's actually starting to get a little bit low on ATK now after this rebuy, so it's starting to get a little bit dicey here. JT trying to change things up, creeping out middle very rapidly, putting utility down to block all CT spawn. Looks like they want to go for some type of mid-B split here, but they're still keeping kind of a relatively default formation. They're not really committing into anything.
Unfortunately, they don't have the information we do that we knew he could push out if he wanted. Really catch them off guard. Instead, going to rotate actually over towards short, so maybe changing things up. Again, leaving Sonic to be the one to lurk in tunnels. Set up their smokes now as well to look for a potential peek.
Yeah, good control from ATK. Because they have control of this catwalk stairwell, they can fake cat splits, they can fake mid-B splits, but the problem is Modem was not meant to die like that. He was meant to just a jump spot, get information, but the fact that he got caught is going to pose a real big problem for ATK. Utility going down on CT spawn, they're still going to try to make this mid-B split work.
Man in tunnels, Sonic to be the big playmaker. He gets a kill to VSM. Now the pressure being applied to Lukowski, who's just forced to spray. Only getting the one. The bomb should be planted 3-on-3. OC going to be sitting in middle as well. 3 players in CT spawn.
Would not expect a retake in this situation given their money. Retaking B, even numbers, going to be very difficult to do, but seems like they're thinking about it. They go towards middle. OC finds one already, though, and I feel like that should deter them even more, but they're still charging forward.
Peeking. They need to, I mean, the thing is the fact that OC wasn't fully rotated back. If PRT got that kill, they could have actually got the control of sight. Tiburcio was still holding towards doors. Now Tiburcio's going to try to go in, and like I said, no money. They're still going to commit it. They still have a big lead either way.
True, I just think with that lead, it would have made sense to just save the 3 rifles and play them next round, and then while you're doing that, you can keep building up your economy so you can eventually full buy if you keep losing rounds, rather than now you have to take a full save, and that's when you can kind of let ATK creep back into the game. So, to each their own, though. I mean, going for that is fine, considering, like you said, they do have a pretty big lead, so that's not going to hurt them too much. There's a difference in philosophy. Couple spotted crossing, but no shot lands. Meanwhile, long A control being taken by ATK, and OC's found a pick at mid.
Yeah, VSM went for the late push in towards lower. At least the spot check on it. Yeah, it's just pistols, so not too big of a deal. 3 players going to be grouped up in middle with one over towards the B side. It's going to be Lukowski there by himself. And ATK should slowly start to work their way up long A and notice, hey, well, he's free. And this should ideally be a 9th round, as ATK is looking to not let this map slip away.
Yeah, and they're also going to avoid kind of the trap that Detona had set over here at middle, as they're all going to push forward through long with the double smoke on cross. So they should be fine. They should be running into these pesky pistols. So a 9th round will be going the way of ATK. Detona will be able to buy up next round, though, whenever they can still look to close out this game and force a 3rd map.
And ATK, with them losing no one here.
That's big.
I mean, they're building up like a stable economy that if Detona do win like a 14th round, it's not like ATK will be struggling to have money to fully buy up into the next.
Yeah.
So important to keep these guns, important to not lose out on too many players, if any, here. And then you really force Detona to have to really work for a chance to close this out. Nice shot at the modem.
Yep. Just getting a couple of more kills here and there. Those kills will equate to more utility down the line, at least. And there is that number 9 striking onto the scoreboard. Enough
Are you
money.
ready for another one?
Hmm?
You ready for another one?
Another what?
What does the shop sell on Long A on Dust2?
There's a shop on Long Head.
Yes.
Too. Well, like
Yes.
on the platform?
Nope. Well, like actually in Long, before the car, if you're coming from T-side.
Oh, I have no idea.
Coffee.
Okay, cool.
(13-9) Detona, letting that lead start to slip away round by round. Sonic immediately going to rush out from Long A. Invested a lot of utility to get this early control. It's just not working out for them so far, though. As PRT, I think he took that one through the smoke.
Good job by JT, though.
Yeah, respawns, at least pulls one back.
It's one of those things, again, where Sonic got past the Incendiary, so he thought he was going to be able to catch a CT off guard, but unfortunately just didn't work out. Luckily, JT was able to frag back, but Tiburcio has struck gold there onto OC, so it's still favoring Detona right now. Ooh. There's a gap now because of that. And boost.
Deke comes in on Floppy. A little boost up. Moto, though, prime position for him to just pluck the heads off the opponents. Using that smoke to their advantage. Tiburcio, in the meantime, has been able to take down JT. They lost Man and Goose, but Moto needs to go big. He's only able to get one, unfortunately. Now Floppy's going to have a chance. Look how far away the CTs are still going to be. The bomb taken away. They will still close it out, though, with Floppy losing that duel. And Detona will get to that 14th round. And we'll go back to what we had just talked about, the fact that ATK not losing in the last round should have the completely full buy here.
Especially with the bomb plan added to it.
Yep.
The thing is, we're just running out of rounds now, though. Daytona's right away from that point, so if they want to win regulation, they have to be flawless now. So that's kind of the real big problem, aside from, you know, any type of economic discussion. Just, I think it's like kind of the couple of mistakes, right? Just Sonic kind of going to individual play. It didn't work out. That hurt. Losing a player in pit like that obviously wasn't really a mistake. It was just kind of a crazy shot that Tiburcio hit. And then just, yeah, not being able to defend against that retake. Still able to buy, but running out of breathing room is ATK. Detona well out in front. Big victory for them in that previous round. This is a big difference from ATK. Look at how many members are already committing to B-Tunnel's push.
Floppy gets a kill in middle, too, so BSM gets blinded up. It's been such an effective way for ATK to deal with them. Look, Howsey trying to play around the smoke, and ATK will get the full cleanup on the B site.
And indeed they will, and the thing is the money's low for Detona,
right?
so yeah, they save, but they're only getting to save 2 of those guns. And actually, Turtle is in a position where maybe he doesn't even get to save. He's actually looking for a kill on B-Tunnels. OC's here with the AWP, so he could get caught. There it is, so yeah. It's only going to be Tiburcio saving an AWP over towards the long A side of things.
They're going to chase it, though. Look at this. 2 players towards long already, 1 more player towards T-spawn. Tiburcio trying to get inside of double doors. Oh, I wanted a knife so bad right there. I think Modem wanted it as well, but Floppy stole it away.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on Tiburcio. That's the only player who could afford to buy. If they could have saved those 2 guns, then all of a sudden, maybe they could have actually had a pretty solid buy here. But again, they're fine with maybe taking a save or half buys because they do still have just a couple of rounds away from a victory. The thing is, though, ATK has hit that point where they've made the game a little bit scary for Detona. They're already at 10. They have a great chance at number 11 because of the buy that Detona have in this round. And so they're only a few rounds away from actually tying this thing up and either threatening still a victory in regulation or putting themselves in a position to perhaps force an overtime. So that big lead that Detona had is long gone now. Remember, they were up 11-4 at the end of the first half and then 12-4 after winning pistol in the second half.
Well, a big stack towards short for him. As we're looking to hopefully pick up a kill. Hopefully more than that, obviously, with the deagles they have invested.
All focused up on Catwalk, though. At what point do they, like, pop flash and look to explode?
Well,
that fire is going to do a lot of damage.
Unfortunately, they don't have the flash for this, though. I like the idea of it. If they didn't, oh, now it's a little unfortunate for JT. Still peeks around the corner. Forces them back. Actually, they're just chasing the kills. I expected them to potentially just go the other way. After spotting so many different players here. Play it safe. I've already seen how hectic these rounds can be. There you go. They still close it out without losing a single player. 11-14. Money back for Detona to buy.
Yep, can get back into the mix as far as that goes. Also, so much money for ATK to be able to get full utility into this next round. Plus, they have the op and all the rifles, so they're good to go. Just 3 away from tying this game up at 14 apiece. Regardless, we have another close game on our hands, as many of the games have been so far in this second stage of this group.
Yeah.
A few exceptions here and there, mostly ATK's games. And
Well, they did have
see.
two 16-14s on us. Oh, I technically on Stun and Davey. So that was the second game of day one.
Yeah. What kind of blitz through Singularity?
Yeah. Well, Detona, can they finally pick it back up here and close this map out to take us to Inferno? ATK is starting to come into form, I think, most importantly here, which is a good sign. VSM's kind of calmed down from that first half.
Yeah, he has been awfully quiet, hasn't he? Sonic with that big shot there onto Lukosi at the back of the B platform. That softens up this B defense in a big, big way. That's why you're seeing them gather up with that bomb with 4 players towards Tun's side and keeping Floppy guarding mid. But VSM, he's already rotated into B and found the kill, but he still has no real assistance. He's still all alone with this M4 here at the back of the platform. Flash is coming in. They're starting to get a lot of space.
A little pickup by Modern there saves the life of his teammate. He's down to 1 HP off of that dink. And I think they're just going to save already. Look at this.
Yeah.
They back off.
That's the danger of
12.
losing B so early. It's just so hard to retake when you have low money. You got to think about the future. That was such a big kill for Sonic to get early.
Yeah, massive. And I mean, VSM, it was like a risky peek in towards tunnels too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised that he actually got the kill against Sonic, since Sonic was like kind of already prepared for him. But downside for VSM is if you lose that fight, they immediately take B. If you win it, I mean, they're still going to come. They still came anyways, so it's not like you deterred away the enemies and held them back by yourself.
And we do see ATK giving a little bit of chase here from JT, as they have a lot of money to go chasing after these guns, but it's just the positioning was not really there. So that's a 12th round for ATK, so all of a sudden this game's gotten a little bit intriguing. Now all of a sudden it's got my attention. I thought that we were going to be moving to a map 3 here pretty soon, considering the 12-4 lead that Detona once had. But they've actually only won 1 round here and there throughout this half. They've never shoot together 2 rounds in a row on the Detona side. So that is getting a little bit worrisome for the Brazilians.
We're almost looking at 13-14. I mean, they obviously still have 3 weapons, so there's still a chance they can squeak by with a round. May come off the back of Tiburcio on the op, who, again, been a little bit quiet.
Yeah, indeed he has. He's got a good angle on JT if JT ever decides to peek, but maybe JT realizes this is a possibility. They know that they saved an op. That pop flash is going to come through. A great little design play there from ATK to thwart what was a cat aggression. That was so well done.
Yeah, and they know there's an offer there too, so that's 2 players they can account for. One of them being dead. Tiburcio, a little bit of a hole yet again in these smokes. You cannot afford to have that happen at this level of play. And that's the bomb now down. And we talked about it, even though they lost Turtle, you cannot sleep on Detona here. Tiburcio looking to let out a scream to take this round, but unfortunately he will fall. JT picks up a nice double, a much needed double to keep ATK's hope alive in this round. They've lost the bomb. JT again, that's his 4th. Can he pull off the ace to save the round? It's just VSM with the deagle.
Problem is he has no idea where VSM's coming from.
Yep.
Smokes off Cat. He's got to grab this bomb. VSM grabs the M4. He's playing the wrong side, but he's thinking about it. He kind of knows, but timing might still catch him off guard. He gets dinked. But now at least he knows where his opponent is at. The problem is VSM. Oh, that's the reason doesn't have a nade. Still going to come down to this duel, though. Oh, so close. JT almost did it. Almost the ace clutch, but not quite. And now it's map point for Detona. All they can hope for now is overtime. Man, oh man, that was tense. You know what this means, Jason?
What does it mean?
Might be here a little bit longer. That's what it means. It means that we might be seeing that 3rd map after all.
I mean, we're guaranteed to be here a little bit longer, whether it's overtime or whether it is the 3rd map now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I mean, again, I was kind of expecting Inferno for a long time, you know, but then all of a sudden ATK began to make me believe. I was like, okay, maybe they still have a shot at this, but that's a big round to lose. Just so many things not going their way. The thing is, you hardly ever see a gap in the smoke there in the middle. Like, usually if there's a gap in the smoke, it's because, like, one smoke might quite make it far enough towards platform or something like that, and so there's, like, a gap on, like, the edge. But the fact that there was like a giant one in the middle and they lost so much because of it was really, really worrisome. Especially how well the round started with that pop flash catching the cat aggression. JT obviously was teeing off, but just no one else pitched in. And so it does go the way of Detona in the end.
Luckily, they still had money. Look at this boost up coming in. Fortunately, that smoke is just blinding him off. JT becomes patient to push through. Molotov's burning. He's going to fall as well. And
that was weird. That didn't make a whole lot of sense.
I don't know if overtime's in the cards now.
No, it doesn't seem like it after that. I get like the initial push, but that they couldn't actually get back and they actually just died in the fire. It was pretty crazy. Well, they're going to try to see what they can do with the remaining 3 members. They pop flash push through the smoke at B-Tunnel's problem is Lukosi is boosted on top. They're not really thinking about that. Somehow Floppy still didn't know he was up there, despite the fact that a frag came through. And this is all she wrote. It's going to be Inferno to decide things, Jason. We are going to go the distance here in this best 3 between Detona and ATK. Well, ATK has already won the big prize of booking their ticket to the playoffs in Denmark. Detona still want to prove that they are worth something here. They want to show what they're made of, and they've won a big map. So now we'll be going on to Inferno to finish things off tonight.
All right, well, we'll head to a short break. When we come back, we'll be kicking off that last map. Not only tonight, but also the last map of Group A before tomorrow we kick off Group B. See you guys in a few.